Gout is an inflammatory type of arthritis that often only affects a single joint at a time, most frequently the joint in the big toe. This condition arises when there is an accumulation of uric acid in the blood, which leads to the production of uric acid crystals in the joints and other parts of the body. Gout is characterized by excruciating pain, as well as swelling and redness in and around the joint that is afflicted. Gout attacks may often be managed medically for anything between a few days and 2 weeks at a time. Gout flares may continue anywhere from a few weeks to many months if they are not treated. When purines are broken down in the body, uric acid is produced as a waste product. Purines are organic compounds that may be made by the body and are also acquired through the consumption of certain foods. Uric acid is formed during the process of purines being broken down. Uric acid is normally eliminated from the body in one of two ways. It is either reabsorbed by the body or it is eliminated through the urine and feces. Uric acid begins to accumulate in the bloodstream when there are more purines in the body than it is able to handle at one time. This condition is known as hyperuricemia. Some patients develop gout and/or kidney stones as a result of hyperuricemia, whilst others show no signs or symptoms of the condition at all. Gout is often treated with medication, modifications to the patient's diet, and adjustments to the patient's lifestyle, including efforts to maintain a healthy weight and give up smoking. Your diet may have a direct influence on the severity of gout attacks that you experience. Altering your diet when suffering from gout can potentially shorten the duration of the acute phase of the condition. Continued adherence to a gout-friendly diet, in particular a diet low in purines, has been shown to reduce the incidence of subsequent gout episodes by a factor of up to 5. Following a gout-reducing or eradication diet can be easily broken down into 2 parts. What not to eat or drink. Alcohol. Consuming alcohol has been linked to the development of gout for centuries. Consuming alcohol on a regular basis in excessive amounts is known to produce chronic hyperuricemia, which in turn raises the likelihood of developing gout and experiencing gout episodes. Because of this, it is suggested that you abstain from drinking any alcohol at all, and this includes beer, strong liquor, and other grain alcohols. However, a recent study has indicated that one does not need to abstain completely from alcohol while suffering from gout. Wine may not contribute to an increased risk of gout if it is consumed in moderation and with meals rather than on its own. Consuming wine in moderation is defined as no more than 2 drinks per day for males and no more than 1 drink per day for women. Fruit and fruit juices. It seems that sugar, especially fructose, may cause an increase in the amount of uric acid found in your blood. Some foods include fructose, which is a naturally occurring version of the sugar glucose. High fructose corn syrup is an ingredient added to a wide range of products. Gout symptoms might be alleviated by avoiding or cutting down on meals that are high in this fructose. There are also several fruits that have a naturally high fructose content. However, there is little evidence to support a connection between fruit and gout. If you have gout, you don't have to avoid any fruit. However, it may be helpful to avoid or restrict the use of some fruit juices and eat no more than 1 portion of fruit at a sitting. Pay attention to how these changes affect the symptoms of your gout and act accordingly. Sodas and sugary drinks. Sugary sodas and other beverages high in sugar are examples of meals with little nutritional value. They are not a good source of any nutrients, and they may add a significant number of calories to your diet. They may also increase the likelihood of you experiencing gout flare-ups. One study analysis from 2020 looked at various different studies of sugar-sweetened drinks and examined the connection between the fructose found in such beverages and the development of gout. The study concluded that the beverages had a substantial association with an alleviated risk of gout and hyperuricemia. It could be beneficial to stay away from soft drinks, energy drinks, and sports beverages. Processed foods. The current Western diet is often heavy in refined carbohydrates and processed foods. These factors have been related to an increased risk of gout and associated diseases, including type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular illness, weight increase, and obesity. By avoiding highly processed and refined carbohydrate-containing meals and drinks, you may prevent gout and associated symptoms. Avoid the following: candy, pastries including white bread, crisp and crisp bread, ice cream, and many frozen foods. Red and organ meat. Red meat and organ meats are foods rich in purines. Researchers have shown that certain meals may increase the likelihood of uric acid buildup and gout attacks. Limit your consumption of these red and organ meats to reduce your risk. These meats include beef, bison, venison, and other game animals, livers, heart, tongue, and kidney. Chicken has modest quantities of purines and may be consumed in moderation. Consider that certain soups, gravies, and processed meats such as salami and pepperoni may increase the risk of gout flare-ups. Fish. You've presumably gotten the memo by now that some kinds of fish are excellent providers of omega-3 fatty acids, lean protein, and vital vitamins and minerals, such as the antioxidant vitamins B2, B12, and vitamin D. However, seafood consumption, particularly fish, is a well-known risk factor for alleviated uric acid levels in the blood, which may lead to a gout attack. And this is the last thing you want if you have gout already. When you have gout, you should avoid eating high purine fish, which have 400 milligrams or more of purine per 100 grams of fish. Unfortunately, several of the most popular forms of fish are rich in purines. These include crab, lobster, tuna, herring, ocean perch, mackerel, sardines, scallops, and trout. These fish all have high purine levels. Certain types of yeast. Some yeast and yeast extracts have a rather high purine content. It is recommended that you stay away from meals and supplements that contain them. There are a few foods that include yeast extracts, such as some soy sauces, soups and stews that come in a can, frozen meals, snacks high in salt. As with everything in life, a balance can be reached if you take appropriate steps. Nature is this balance. This applies to gout as well. The following meals may help reduce uric acid levels, thereby alleviating a gout attack and preventing future attacks. Cherries. Researchers have examined the effect of cherries in preventing and treating gout. Anthocyanins, which have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory qualities, are responsible for their rich red color. According to research, cherry consumption may aid in lowering uric acid levels, hence reducing inflammation and decreasing the risk of future gout episodes. The variety of cherry most often researched for gout is tart cherries, in particular the Montmorency or Balaton types. Versions including fresh, frozen, juice, and extract are regularly eaten. However, there are no daily dietary recommendations for gout prevention. The number of cherries evaluated in studies, such as half a cup of fresh cherries or 1 cup of cherry juice per day, varies greatly. For cherry extract supplements, it is advisable to adhere to the label's specified dosage. Coffee. As one of the most extensively consumed drinks in the world, coffee's many health impacts have been investigated in depth. Initial research shows that coffee may reduce the risk of gout. However, evidence indicates that it may differ by gender. A 2015 analysis of research showed that males who used 4 to 5 cups of coffee per day had a 40% reduced risk of gout, while those who consumed 6 cups or more had a 59% lower risk, compared to those who did not consume coffee. Compared to women who did not consume coffee, the risk of gout was 22% lower among women who consumed 1 to 3 cups of coffee daily, and 57% lower among those who used 4 or more cups daily. The researchers found from this review that consuming 4 or more cups of coffee per day reduces uric acid levels and the incidence of gout. However, no study has examined the relationship between coffee consumption and repeated gout episodes. Plant-based foods. Numerous plant-based foods are low in purines, making them a good addition to a diet for gout sufferers. In fact, they contain several health-promoting substances, including vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Among plant-based foods are legumes and other beans, fruits, nut and vegetable-based oils, seeds, protein derived from soy, such as tofu, vegetables, whole grains. According to 2 distinct prospective cohort studies, plant-based vegetarian diets have been proven to reduce the incidence of gout. Some veggies have more purines. However, plant-derived purines are processed differently by the body. According to research, plant-based purines do not raise the risk of gout and may even reduce risk. A 2019 study of plant-based diets and their connection with gout revealed that healthy individuals may be able to consume higher purine plant foods in moderation as part of a plant-based diet. Researchers stated that further research is needed on persons with elevated uric acid levels, particularly those with chronic renal illness. Water. Gout sufferers must maintain optimal hydration. A prospective study conducted in 2017 examined the relationship between water consumption and uric acid levels. After analyzing the data, researchers discovered that water consumption is associated with decreased uric acid levels in gout patients, probably as a result of greater uric acid excretion with higher water consumption. However, further study is needed to examine the direct impact of water consumption on gout. A study published in the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine discovered that excessive sweating, such as after exercise or sauna bathing, reduced urine excretion of uric acid, resulting in an increase in uric acid levels. In order to prevent a rise in blood uric acid levels after activities that induce excessive sweating, experts advise consuming copious amounts of water. In addition, researchers discovered that appropriate water intake in the 24 hours before a gout flare was significantly related to a reduction in recurring gout flares. It is advantageous for both gout and general health to consume a diet that is healthful, balanced, and centered on a range of colorful whole foods, while reducing consumption of items that are excessively processed. You may gain a lot of flexibility in your diet by experimenting with different meals and quantities in order to find the precise foods and amounts that cause gout attacks in you. Before making any adjustments to your treatment plan or diet, you should always be sure to discuss your options with your primary care physician. Please have a look at these videos for more, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.